Oh my god, dude, this is my last diamonds. I need this. Just one strike freedom. Or justice. That will do, that will do. Come on. Amuro, that might be good. Yes, sir! Hey! Okay! Now I only need 3 of this just to completely level this mobile suit up. But you know what? This is fine. This is fine. Nice! Hey! Alright. So yes, I finally finished playing Gundam Seed Recollection. And I know this is late, but the grinding took longer than expected. Was it worth it though? Well, I'll tell you right away. This comes from a newly updated free-to-play App Store game, SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. Now to unlock the Seed story, you first have to complete the original Mobile Suit Gundam 0079 storyline. You basically play along with the anime, and they even show you screenshots from it. Once you finish that, you'll unlock Gundam Seed, and after finishing Seed, you'll finally unlock Recollection. Now honestly, if you already know the story of the original Gundam and Seed, I'd say skip the cutscenes. You get through the content faster. If not, well, enjoy the ride. Next, and this is optional, but it is important if you're playing for free, you should do reroll. You'll get free diamonds start of the game. I recommend rolling for the 3K, that when you can get a chance for the UR mobile suit. To reroll, just click the menu from the title screen and just delete user, and you can reroll again. You can only do this at the beginning, so do not start progress if you are not satisfied with your mobile suit. The game isn't super difficult, but the boss fights can be a bit tough if your free squad units that are not tied to any specific series isn't strong enough. I highly recommend rolling for Exia, who is currently one of the strongest damage dealers in the game. That said, if you get Freedom or Strike Freedom, you're still good. I got lucky and rolled both, and they're strong enough for most of the content. Freedom is also a great support unit. The other UR Gundams are also pretty useful. Thankfully, I pulled a solid lineup. And then finally, you get to Gundam Seed Recollection. And honestly, it's not a very long game. You'll spend most of your time watching the cutscenes. Now, there's something I need to address. You can actually just watch the whole thing on YouTube. A lot of people have uploaded the full cutscene online. But for me, I decided to play through myself. And yeah, I also watched the cutscenes on YouTube beforehand. But it always felt like I was missing half of the experience. That's because Recollection has a decent animation and some solid action moments, but in the game it's all presented in a tactical Fire Emblem style format, so a lot of action is left to your imagination. Just a heads up if you don't plan on playing it. So, what do I think of Gundam Seed Recollection? If you're a huge fan like me, this game honestly gave me a sense of comfort, especially after everything that happened in Gundam Seed. The story kicks off with Aileen Canaver, chairwoman of the Plant Provisional Supreme Council, and dives deep into the rising tension between naturals and coordinators after the First Alliance Plant War. It really sets the stage for the events of Gundam Seed Destiny, but of course more chaos unfolds when a ZAF transport goes missing near the wreckage of Hakindu, and both ZAF and Earth Alliance rush in to investigate, risking another war. To protect the fragile peace, the game splits into 2 story paths. Kira Yamano now piloting a new repaired Strike Gundam Rouge alongside with Client Faction, and Athron Zala flying an early version of the Murasami mobile suit. What I love about Recollection is that it gave me some much needed closure before Destiny. Gundam Seed Destiny takes place 2 years later, and Kira feels like a completely different person. This game helps explain why he kept fighting even after the Providence Gundam battle, No spoilers, but something happens here that really helps you understand his growth into the pacifist he is. One of my biggest gripes with Seed and Destiny was how Kira and Lacus were just suddenly a couple, mainly hinted at through the openings and endings. There wasn't much emotional development, so I really appreciate how Recollection gave them some space to grow together. You finally get to see why they need each other, and it makes their bond so much more meaningful in the bigger picture. As for Atheron, his section isn't super long, but it's great to see him fighting alongside Kigali again, and piloting something other than his usual red Gundams. And honestly, the best part, we finally get to an explanation for why he takes on the alias Alex Dino. A really cool little detail that fans like us will appreciate. Would I prefer this to be an anime? Absolutely, but I get the feeling that some of the action was left out on purpose, maybe because they're planning to animate it later, who knows. Either way, I'm glad this story exists. But yeah, that's what I think of the game, and honestly, yeah, I kinda downloaded this game just for that story. So, yeah. So I'm not gonna play Eternal religiously like it's a full-time job, but I'm also not uninstalling it anytime soon. It's a pretty fun game. That said, it's still a gacha game, so if you pay, you'll definitely get the advantage and can fully level up your Gundam faster. But if you're free to play, it's doable. You'll just have a tougher time in hard mode events. Still, if they keep updating the game with stories like this, I wouldn't mind sticking around and playing more. And I'm just glad this got worldwide release, unlike what they did with Urder Hunt. By the way, Sunrise, when is that anime dropping? I'd actually love to see other Gundam stories get the same treatment. That's probably why they got 3 million downloads in first week just because of this event. But adding like Double WF or maybe even an original Astray anime, just throwing that out there. I know I might get some heat for this, but maybe we should minimize creating more UC timelines. The non-canon ones are already a bit overwhelming for new fans. I get it, it's all about selling mall kits, but let's stick with the main Universal Century anime, alright? UC's my jam, but I don't want it to get too saturated. So, yeah, that's my take on this game. Whether it becomes successful or not, let's see how it goes. What about you guys? What do you think of the new content they added? Did you love it, hate it, or do you think it's unnecessary? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day or night wherever you are. I'll see you next time. Bye!